Because so often we're looking for a sign, but we want it to be a particular way, or we want it to hit us so hard in the face that we can't miss it, or we want it to be what we expect it to be, or we're not confident enough in ourselves to believe the sign when we see it, right? We don't trust that intrinsic part of us that is guiding us. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Good morning, beautiful souls. Courageous souls, thank you for being here, as always. I love knowing that you're tuning in and being on this journey. And before we dive into signs, today, one of my favorite topics, I wanted to just let you know that School for the Soul, all of our self-study online courses are $33. We have lowered the prices and really want to give you an opportunity during this time to really go deep on your journey. I really believe that in these times, what we are being asked is to do our work, is to understand why we're here, is to develop our intuition. This is part of the new cycle of life that is awakening on this planet. And in support of that, we are offering our content at $33. So please check out over there. Also, I am a teacher on Insight Timer, which is a popular meditation app. You do not have to be a member to listen. You can listen online. They have a free version of the app with an incredible amount of content. All of my content on there is free. And there's lots of meditations there that can support you during this time. So head on over there. And again, on our Substack, we have lots of posts and you can find this podcast there and lots of other tools and things that can support you during these times. So we love having you with us. Okay, signs. So I wanted to start with a story because you know I love storytelling. And it's probably one of the most pivotal signs in my life when I was really, really searching for direction and everything was changing in my life. I had walked away from an 11-year career in publishing. I had, an 18-month-old, or no, he was probably 2 years by that point, and a 6-month-old. And I was trying to reinvent, right? I had left this career path, left this safe and secure path to follow my heart. And at that time, my heart was saying, be a mom and develop your intuition. And that was about all I had. But it was enough, right? It was enough to keep going. And so we went to a festival. And at this festival, it was one we had been to before. I wanted to buy something and they only took cash, no credit cards. So I went to the ATM, which was in the silent auction room. And put my ATM card in, pressed my cash, what I've done 100 times before. We definitely don't do this much anymore. I mean, we're talking like 10 years ago when I was doing this, maybe even a little more. And the ATM didn't give me my money. It never, ever happened to me. So as I stood there at the machine, wondering like, wow, this is weird. And then I went over to a lady and she said, oh, call the number on the machine. The guy will come. So I said, okay. So I called him and he said, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Now, my conditioning, my wounding, my programming wanted to fire up and be like, 15 minutes? I'm at a festival with my kids. I need money now. I don't have 15 minutes. And it was really interesting to watch that part of myself want to get upset about the situation I was in. And this is the beauty of doing our work, right? We can witness the parts of us that get triggered and just do that. Watch them. We don't have to buy into what they say. We don't have to believe them. We don't have to do anything about them. We can just watch them play out. And then I was like, okay, well, that's that part. I'm going to do something different. And I took a deep breath. And what dropped in was, you're obviously in this room for a reason, right? And so I was like, oh, I need to be here right now. I need to be in this room for 15 minutes. This is what Spirit has lined up for me today. So I decided to walk around. It was a silent auction room. And I just started walking around the room looking for anything that would catch my eye, anything that would mean anything to me. No agenda, just with this open curiosity that, hey, I must be in this space for something. And as I walked around looking at all the different things that were on auction, my eyes landed on this bulletin board, and on there was a piece of paper and it said life coach. And it was a life coaching package that was for auction. And there was a name and a number of the lady. And I just knew, I felt in me that this was what I needed. So I wrote down the number and then just continued around. The guy came, I got my money, and off I went with this information in my pocket, something that I didn't have prior to walking into that room. And then I ended up on the Monday calling the life coach on the paper, and I explained to her what happened, and she was quite tickled that I had actually gone on this journey and followed through to call her. And, I explained that, hey, I'm in this transition period. I'm really developing my intuition. I'm just following this thread. I don't know where it's taking me, but I'm just showing up for what is present. And she said, I don't think you're the person that I'm supposed to talk to. You actually want to talk to the lady that sublets my office on the weekends. I was like, okay, what's her number? And so she gave me her information and she said she's a shaman. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is where we're going. And so sure enough, I called up and connected with the woman that worked in her office. And I ended up working with her for over a year. I apprenticed with her. I had this beautiful, rich, wild experience, and it started to lay the foundation for the work I do today. So I share this story because so often we're looking for a sign, but we want it to be a particular way, or we want it to hit us so hard in the face that we can't miss it, or we want it to be what we expect it to be. Or we're not confident enough in ourselves to believe the sign when we see it, right? We don't trust that intrinsic part of us that is guiding us. And so I could easily have bought into the story that jumped up first when I stood at that ATM machine. Would have been so easy to follow that thread. It was right there for me. That it's in those moments, this is where we choose, right? This is where our choice, our deciding, our empowerment, this is where it begins. When we decide something different for ourselves and we say, hey, I'm going to actually step into the mystery and into the unknown rather than into the known part of me that just wants to get upset about having to wait 15 minutes. And allowing this part, this more mystery, this more uncertainty, this more curiosity, part of me to actually run the show for a little while. It beautifully unfolded in the way that it needed to for me in that moment. And this is how signs show up. They show up in the unexpected. They show up in the chaos. They show up in the moments when we least expect them. And then it's our job to take them and to decide, right? Because it was a co-created experience. Spirit gave me an opportunity, but I had to be willing to do the groundwork, right? The legwork. I had to literally walk around that room to find the thing that was given to me. And it gives me like goosebumps thinking about that, because it could have been so easy to miss that. And this is the part of ourselves we want to cultivate, this knowing, this willingness, this curiosity, this place that we're going to lean in to the goodness, to the, like that texture. There's literally like a texture that appears, and then we get to follow that. And there's so many times in my life this has happened, and probably there's so many times that I haven't, right? I have missed it. I haven't taken it. I haven't done it. I haven't had the courage, whatever, fill in the blank, the thing that we do. But then there's the times when we do. And we get to honor those. We get to celebrate those. We get to really give ourselves the accolade, the credit that we are following those signs. And some signs, they just hit you right in the face and you cannot miss them, right? And then sometimes signs are more subtle. So on this journey, the piece is the willingness, it's the co-creation, and it's the curiosity. So as you are asking for signs, right? Show me a sign. I know this is even a prayer, right? Show me my next step. It's one of my favorite prayers. Show me my next step. And then I just wait. And I wait to see what's the next step. And then I take it. And sometimes, because it's not always waiting, right? Like there's a nuance there. Like we wait for the opening, but then we have to take the opening. And we can stand on that threshold waiting, but that inspired action has to come, right? So we can say, show me the next step, but then we really have to take an action. Even if we don't have the clear, full picture, because this is something that trips us up and stops us, right? Show me my next step. And then we want to see the whole map. We want to see everything laid out in front of us of what we're supposed to do for the next 10 years. And I fully experienced that it never, ever has worked that way for me. It literally shows me what is the next thing today. But then I have to act. And I have to take an act in faith and trust and knowing that the next step will reveal itself once I have taken this first step. And then that next step will reveal and the sign will come. And then the path will one by one unfold. And sometimes we do get multiple steps at a time, right? There's no way that it always is or has to be or should be. It's just life, consciousness evolving. And then we are consciousness evolving. And then we ebb and flow together with what spirit is creating and then what we are creating. And then they become the same. So today, what is the sign that you see? What is the knowing that lives inside you that you can feel gently tapping, waiting for you to take the action that you know you need to take? Take it. Do it today. Go out and do the thing that you know that you've been waiting to do. Even if it's something simple as there's somebody you know you need to call, or you need to clean out that closet in your bedroom, right? Or you need to wash the dishes. They've been there since last night. It's those simple things that can inspire the inspiration, right? It doesn't have to be this big grandiose thing. It can literally be, you know what? I need to mow the grass. And then you go outside and mow the grass and somebody passes by and then you end up talking to them. And then the next thing is something is created that you didn't even realize. So I love you. Let me know, what's your inspired action? What's the thing you're willing to do today to move your life along in these crazy and wild times that are here for our growth, for our reinvention? I love you.